Friends, as we have promised earlier, we are going to take you to different locations in the entire Jaintia Hills where you can see the wonder that is called Jaintia Hills. We are here at a place near Sindai, which is another archaeological site in the district. This place is called the Rupasor Bathing Ghat. It is a place where you can see that it is a bathing place, and it is believed to be built by the ancient kings of Jaintia Hills. So let us discover this one small but unique archaeological wonder of the Jaintia Hills. Friends, you may wonder, why is this tank considered to be of an archaeological importance? Why is it so important? This place is one of the ancient megalithic monuments of the people of Jaintia Hills. The first and the foremost point that is to be noted is that the entire tank, which is about the size of a modern swimming pool, was carved out of a single rock. To my left, you can see the elephant sculpted, the image of an elephant sculpted out of that same rock. It was not a rock that was brought from elsewhere and placed in that position, but rather it is the same rock or carved out of the same rock. Then you can see the steps that leads towards the tank. These steps were also carved from the same rock. Now, the other wonder is the engineering that is going in the making of this tank. See, this tank was made to tilt downward, considering the gravity that the water flows as per the gravity. To my left, you can also see the drain, which is the inlet of a clean water. So that drain ensures that clean water continuously flow towards this tank. And at the same time, down over there, you can see, to my right, you can see there is another small outlet, which is a small drain, which ensures that the filthy water is exited out from the tank. So this engineering that is going in the building of this tank is to ensure that the water in the tank continuously cleaning itself. So this is another wonder of this tank. The other thing is that you can see there are drains. It is to that the water which is not meant to go to the pool is driven out of this pool so that it cannot go into the pool. So this, you can wonder that this was built in the ancient period, but look at the engineering that is going in making this pool. And then you can see the marvel of how they chisel the stone. It was so beautifully chilled, and it was very smooth. It looks like somebody is doing it. It is a cement plaster, but in fact these are all chiseled on a single stone. So this is the wonder of what we call Rupasor Bathing Ghat. It is believed to be the bathing ghat, or the place where the king used to take bath when he is in this place. So another question that arises is, why is this place located here? Why? Because we know that Jaintia King, the capital of Jaintia King is in Jaintiapur, which is by radius maybe about 10 to 15 kilometers from here. One possible reason is that, as we all know, Jaintia King also have another capital, which is the summer capital in Nartiang. And there is an established fact, and we all know about this, is that we have a path, a footpath or a stone path, which connects Jaintiapur at least with Nartiang. So maybe this is one place that the king rested during his sojourn towards Jaintiapur. That is one possible answer to the question. The other possible answer to the question is just a little about 500 meters from here. There is one temple, and then there's another cave. So as we all know, Jaintia King at the later part of the kingdom, the kings converted to Hinduism. So following Hinduism, they have temples, and of course in the cave they have stalactites or stalagmites, which are considered to be Shiva Lingam. So maybe this is another reason why we have this very unique bathing tank or place to bath of the Jaintia King. The other question that people used to ask is, when was this tank built? Or rather, when did the king commission the carving of this tank? The immediate answer is we don't have an answer to that question. But we can explore the possibility that this particular tank could very well be the ancient monument, which was prehistoric. The other answer to the question is it could also be ordered to be chiseled by one of the king named Borkusain. There are two Borkusain in the Jaintia kingdom. One is Borkusain I, and then there is Borkusain II. Borkusain I, his history is very unique in the sense that, as per history, we knew that he left the kingdom so that his nephew can look after the kingdom, and he became an ascetic. So in all likelihood, it is possible that Borkusain I was the one who was involved in making this tank, because he spent most of his time as an ascetic. So most probably he lived in this place and spent his time meditating in the cave or in the temple. Because another place, another important point to note is also we have another stone bridge, or rather a path which leads towards this direction. And this direction looks like it leads to Borkhat. And in Borkhat also we have another temple. Till today it still exists. The temple in Borkhat still exists. So these are all possibilities about who make this tank. So but we don't really know who make it, but these are all what we try to understand from the history that we learn. So friends, Sendai is very rich in a way with regards to the sculpture and monuments. It is noteworthy that many government agencies, which includes the Archaeological Survey of India and even the state government agencies, has, at their own level, has tried to improve this particular monument. These engagements are welcome, but consideration should be taken that the aesthetic beauty of this place should not be spoiled. The tank is already beautiful on its own. The artistry, the way that it was chiseled is already very beautiful. It's perfect in a way. But by adding cemented or by plastering cement over this cracks, it is like insult. We are insulting the people who made this beautiful monument. It's already a very beautiful monument on its own, even without adding cement to it. So that is one note that we want to leave this episode. So friends, we are glad that we are being able to take you to Rupasor at Sendai, and we hope you learned something from this episode, particularly about the archaeological monuments or the megalithic monument built by the ancient king of Jaintia Hills. We are here in another location in the same village called Sendai. Sendai, in fact, have many things in it. You have the sculpture, you have the stone bridges, you have the caves, and now we have the bathing ghat. We have, in the previous part of this episode, we have shown you the Rupasor bathing ghat, which is believed to be the bathing ghat used by the king when he came to Sendai, probably to worship in the temple, and he used the pool to take bath. But here we are in another location which is about 2 to 3 kilometers from the Rupasor bathing ghat. This is a smaller version of Rupasor. The design is similar with all the drainage and it's carved on a single rock. But this is small because it is believed to be the bathing ghat used by the queen when she accompanied the king when he came to worship in the caves or in the temple, which is found in this village. So this takes us to the end of this episode, in which we are trying to understand, or rather to discover, the important sculpture or important stonework that the ancient Jaintia kingdom used, from the stone bridges to the stone sculpture and to the bathing ghat carved on a single rock.